Dr. Wessels here. Do you have a couple minutes for your sales development? We're talking about DealSMARTS, the core of the forever license-free sales methodology, and we're talking about discovery, but who, power, and buyer roles. Selling to a decision maker is preferred. In a prior lesson, we discussed those close interactions between a buyer and a seller, and if there are two people that come to you. Well, what about going to a customer? Some of the same dynamics apply. So you can make assumptions about decision making and roles in a couple based on the product, and sometimes the gender of the buyer makes a difference. Just like that, in a business, you can assume that the highest role in the organization is the ultimate decision maker. But this assumption should be validated before you focus exclusively on that role, selling to the CEO or owner, for example. In some products and services, the supreme leader isn't the decision maker. Instead, he or she will endorse the decision of someone lower down who works for them. For example, if the owner wants something that he or she doesn't understand much about, a specialist could be brought in. This could even be an outsider, like a consultant. And we got lessons on how to deal with those sorts of people. It could also be someone who's using the product, or someone who has the full faith and confidence of the owner. Figuring out who the real decision maker is can be complicated in these types of situations. So here are some simple steps based on a way to assign decision-making roles to an opportunity. Now, we did this from show business because we watch that on TV too much. There's the star, the manager, and the assistant. Now, it's important to know that everyone has a personal stake in the decision, and thinking about a movie star can be a pretty good analogy. Now, a star, as you know, is the earner, the person that is closest to the revenue generation of the money, right? They get the roles, they're the ones who people want to see, they need to look good, they need to be prepared, and they need to be on point. The manager is running the business. That's the person closest to making sure the revenue keeps going and that good decisions are made. They're deal makers, and they need to support the star. They need to look ahead, manage agreements, and keep things moving smoothly. The assistant, in turn, does what the star, and to a lesser extent, the manager shouldn't. They need to be efficient, effective, and they don't want to disappoint anybody. They're accountable, but they don't have any direct authority. They know what works and their opinion matters, but they can only propose ideas. They can't make final decisions. So how do you determine who's the star, manager, or assistant? The star is motivated and has the ability to make or break a decision at any point. They can start it or stop it. Motivation and ability. The manager has the motivation but not the ability, so they can break a decision, but they can't make it. They can slow it down, and if they see value, they can recommend it, but the star has to agree. The assistant typically doesn't have the motivation or ability to make the decision. They prefer to keep things going as they're going. They can object, and that objection has an impact, but they can't make a decision. It's never the assistant that says yes. So in summary, who you sell to depends on the role of the people you encounter. Keep this in mind and plan properly. Because the only thing we can't make more of is time, so sell well.